This morning we're back here at this huge property, continuing the project we started a couple days back. If you guys have been keeping up with the videos, you know we've been working on that rock pile you see there. All along the fence line, there's actually a huge path back there. It was all dirt, but we've laid out rocks all the way throughout to make it to the other side of the house. The rest of the pile is actually for the end, so we can make sure the path is nicely cleaned up at the very end once we're all done with it. But today we're actually here because along the edges of the path, we're actually laying out all these posts. These were actually made at the sawmill at the shop. You can see here, this was all wood that we've cut previously. We had a bunch of logs already for the sawmill. I want to say we've made almost 100 of these posts just because we need so many, and we're still making some more at the shop. But right now, this is what we have to work with today. The guys already made a good amount of progress. I haven't been here for all of it. You can see them there now. They're coming up to grab the post. We're going to take them over there, and then basically the posts are just to form the edge of the trail. We have to form the edge all the way around to make it to the other side. The customers are already very happy with how it looks. I'll walk down there just to show you guys. It looks really good. But right now, we have to grab all these posts, take them down there so we can continue down the line. In the morning, I was actually at Lowe's. I grabbed a bunch of 12-inch spikes that we're gonna need to put into these. We're not gonna do that right now. We're actually gonna work on taking these posts all the way down there, and I'll show you guys the trail.
Ahí te va a llevar. Mira, mira.
Yeah, these things are pretty heavy, especially trying to hold the camera. These guys definitely made it seem much easier than it is. But you can see all the work we've done. Once I get these posts over there, I'll show you guys a little bit more, but these things are super heavy and I didn't think it was going to be that far. All right, so I was able to make it back here with my 2 posts. You can see the guys already have a bunch back here. They definitely made it look much easier than it was. I just walked to the beginning of the path just to show you guys exactly what we've been doing. Anybody who's watched the previous videos would know that at the start of this path was actually all dirt. It leads all the way around the property to the other fence line over there. It's a super long path, but we laid all this rock throughout here. It took us about a week to lay this rock here. We had a bunch of issues with our small gator when we were dumping all this rock, but eventually we were able to get all the rock to the end of the path. We actually have a small pile left, but that's basically just to pass it over the top of this to clean it up, make sure it's all nicely cleaned up. We're gonna walk down this path and I'm gonna go explaining exactly what our plan is, what we're trying to accomplish here, just so you guys kind of get an understanding of exactly what's going on here, just so you're not confused. So our plan is to basically keep this rock area at about 4 feet wide. It could be a little bit wider, it could be a little bit smaller, but that's the range we want to keep it on. We figured out that what works best for us is to keep these posts, the outer edge of them, we want them at about 8 feet, 7.5 to 8 feet wide, will give us the area in the center that we want. It doesn't have to be exact, especially because we have a bunch of bends around this path here. You can just see how it goes. We have a bend around this area, we have a bend around that area there. Doesn't have to be exact, but we are trying to keep it at a certain measurement just so it looks good. Like I said before, all these posts are actually from the shop. We had a bunch of logs there ready to go. We still have a bunch more that we need to cut. I think the color of the posts make them look really nice, makes the trail stand out a lot. Also protects the posts, that way they're just not straight off the sawmill. I'm sure this way they'll last a bit longer. But you can see where the guys are right now. We also had to make a bend here. That was a bit of a struggle, but the guys knocked that out. Right now, Joni's working on getting the 12-inch spikes onto the post, and the other guys are setting up the distance, making the small canal here where the post is gonna go. Right now, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use the drill so I could drill the hole for the 12-inch spikes on all the posts, while Joni worries about adjusting them, making sure they're in the right spot so they look good. And the guys are going to continue putting them down. You can see they're measuring to know exactly where they need to be, and then they'll place them there for us, and me and Joni are going to adjust them, making sure they look good. And then at some point we got to fix this rock up. I doubt today. Once we finish the whole path, we'll worry about the rock. Right now we're just going to worry about the post. The reason why you see us use the chainsaw is just to get these ends to match the best we can. Obviously it's not going to be perfect, especially because there's a couple roots and we're trying to line them up the best we can. As long as we could do it the best we can, they'll look pretty good. You can see Louise keeps measuring them, making sure they're at least the same distance. We do know that's not going to leave them perfect, but it is going to leave them pretty good, and that's all we need. We don't have to leave this path perfect. This is kind of just extra, just giving it a couple touches. This is a new project to us. We've never really done anything like this, but we do have all the wood and we do have all the equipment to do something like this. So I'm sure the customer is going to be happy with the end product. So we're going to continue on. I'm going to keep drilling in these holes, getting these spikes in there, and the guys are going to keep lining them up. Every time we get a spike in, it likes to throw the post a little bit out, so we have to put these piles of dirt here just to hold it while we nail it down. Eventually we want to put a layer of not topsoil, any type of soil will really work. Maybe put a layer to kind of keep the post basically where they at, and then we'll get this rock all the way to the border. This side here is fine just like that. They did that with the pick. Now we could lay a post here and just continue down. Then we have to worry about this one bend right here going around this tree. Got to make a bend going all the way around and then around this stump here, and then we have basically a full circle going around that way. So this area here, I know it's going to be really time consuming. We definitely don't have enough posts to make it all the way through this, but we'll see how far we can make it. Right now we're going to work on getting these here, and we're going to continue knocking stuff out. If you guys have any other recommendations on what we could have done different, just put it down below. This is honestly the easiest way we figured out how to do it. I'm sure it might not be 100% correct the way that you're supposed to do it, but it's what's working for us. So if you guys have any recommendations on what we could have done different, just leave them down below. I'll make sure to take a look. All right, so we've made good progress. We were able to make it up to that stump there. It was taking us a while to get this bend around here, but we were able to knock it out. You can see we got everything to line up good. That one's lined up and this one's lined up. We still got to spike them down so we can flatten it out. This one's got to get pushed a little bit, but that one's ready, as well as this one here. This one's good. This one here actually has a drainage going right through it. It goes in through there, comes out over here where this bigger rock is. What we ended up doing in this situation was we stuck a couple bigger rocks there. That way the smaller rocks don't just fall right into the ditch, and then we'll cover it up, make sure it's nicely flat, leave it nice and clean. Right now we're going to continue on. We still have a good amount of pieces there that are ready to go. I think in the truck there is, I want to say maybe 3 or 4 more pieces left, so we don't have much. Either way, we only have maybe 2 to 3 more hours of work left. So right now I'm going to continue drilling in these holes. I'll smack these spikes in, so this part right here is completely done, and the guys are going to continue on this way. They got to cut that piece there. Joni already finished up with all this edge here. That looks good. We just have to adjust it a little bit. You can see that corner there, we could adjust it a little bit. Those there look pretty good, so that's fine. But we're just continuing on.
Parewe natin yun.
Looks good. Finishing up this bend, and then we're going to continue it down this way, and then we also have to do the same to this bend here. Continue down that way.
No. Ahí está.
right, so we're all set here. The guys are just getting the truck ready to go. We ended up finishing up all the posts that we brought today, but the drill did end up dying on me, so I wasn't able to put any more spikes down. But either way, the guys set up the posts, left them ready for the next time we're here, and we'll bring the drill completely charged next time. So we're all set here. We're gonna head back to the shop, call it a day. Just making it back home. It was another long day, but I think we got a good amount of work done. I do want to thank anybody who took their time out of the day to watch the video. Any questions, any comments, any tips for me, leave them down below. Catch you guys next time.